Another story we're tracking at this hour, the retrieval of the bodies of the 5 men trapped 890 meters underground will soon be achieved. The miners were caught in a mud rush incident last Tuesday. Now, Mineral and Petroleum Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe says that dewatering of the shaft has been successfully achieved. The teams have now entered the second phase of the loading stones and mud, and soon they will be getting to the miners. SABC News reporter Ulrich Hendriks gives us more, the latest from that mine. Ulrich, a very good morning. Perhaps in terms of the recovery operations, talk to us about, phase 2 playing out. Even if we're talking about the family, friends alike, the members, the formal investigations that are also ensuing following this incident. What else can you highlight on that front?
Hi, good morning, Liesl. Well, it's day 11, a harrowing time for, of course, the families of the 5 men still trapped down there. So, according to the minister, the dewatering of that shaft has been completed, and now it's they need to truck out the mud and, of course, the stones. But even 890 meters down that shaft, Liesl, there's very large stones. It's a lot of mud that needs to get out before they can reach those bodies. Of course, the men now presumed dead by the Department of Minerals and, of course, the mine, Ekapa, releasing a statement earlier this week to confirm basically that they now consider this a retrieval operation and no longer a rescue operation. We did see a number of mine rescue vehicles entering the premises, but in terms of getting to the bodies, that will of course take as long as they will be able to get those very, very large stones out of the way, so that the mine rescue people can actually get to the 5 men safely. Of course, investigations already starting. DMR, we saw geoscience, the Council for Geoscience people here throughout the week and last week as well. So, in terms of where the water came from, how the mud rush started, and of course the whole the issue surrounding what Ekapa did to safeguard miners and staff, from that mud rush. Because even Parliament was here last year, the Oversight Committee from Parliament was here last year, and they actually asked and cautioned Ekapa Minerals about the fact that, this mine shaft is, of course, one that is prone to mud rushes. But Ekapa at that stage saying that they are doing certain things to safeguard their workers from mud rushes. Unfortunately, those, as we know, failed, and the mud rush occurred at around 1 o'clock 2 Tuesdays ago. And now we're still waiting for word in terms of when they retrieve the miners trapped underground. Liesl?
Ulrich, in terms of what happens next, legally, operationally as well, what's faring on that front for Ekapa Mining?
Well, they have started the liquidation process. The minister, of course, yesterday said that, it's encourageable for them to basically start this thing while they are still, trying in the process of retrieving the 5 trapped men. Of course, that means that about 1,200 people, additional people here in the Kimberley area will be without, without jobs. It's 1,200 families. It's more people affected if you account for those who are dependent on those people. And, just a side note on that, Liesl, we've seen a great attempt by the community of Kimberley, basically, to not only gather and donations like food and money for the families of the 5 trapped men, but also for those 1,200 people that are now jobless. In terms of the legalities, those investigations will have to be concluded. And then, of course, those people affected, the 5 families, will then have to take legal advice in terms of where they're going to go from that on. But I'm sure that the families and, all stakeholders are waiting for the investigations to be concluded first. Liesel?
Well, Ulrich, thank you for keeping us abreast as to what's happened. Day 11 since obviously that incident occurred there. We're obviously seeing phase 2 being underway, getting underway. Retrieval of the bodies of that 5 men who are trapped 890 meters underground will be achieved soon, according to the Minister, Gwede Mantashe there, but this has now become a retrieval operation. We'll bring you more as that story unfolds.